It is now in order to consider amendment number 28, printed in House Report 1018-142. For what purpose does the gentlewoman from Michigan seek recognition?
Mr. Chair, I have an amendment at the desk.
The clerk will designate the amendment.
Amendment number 28, printed in House Report number 118-142, offered by Ms. Tlaib of Michigan.
Pursuant to House Resolution 583, the gentlewoman from Michigan, Ms. Tlaib, and a member opposed each will control 5 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentlewoman from Michigan.
I'd like to first begin by thanking Ranking Member Smith and McGovern and their staffs for working with us on this critically important amendment and for their leadership through this NDAA process. As we know, Mr. Chair, with war criminals threatening to use nuclear weapons and serious tensions along NATO's eastern border and in South China Sea, today's world is being redefined by escalating tensions between major nuclear powers. We don't have to look far back in history to see the danger here. The Cold War was full of near misses and numerous crises that could have gotten out of control and ended in nuclear war. We are now entering a period of dangerous and nuclear competition. As such, we must remember one of the key lessons that the Cold War taught us about nukes, that we must preserve the ability to quickly step back from the brink and clearly signal de-escalation when necessary. Unfortunately, the current draft of the NDAA includes a provision that prohibits our country from doing just that. Specifically, this dangerous provision makes it impossible for our country to reduce our stockpile of intercontinental ballistic missiles, as some call ICBMs, for any reason with no exceptions. This inflexible policy was created and implemented by lawmakers in promotion of economic considerations and not national security priorities, Mr. Chair. But by making national security decisions with the potential to end humanity based on so-called economic considerations is simply ridiculous. It's dangerous. And while we preserve this insanely expensive weapon that is obsolete, many children in my district go to schools without clean drinking water. And maintaining this incredibly, again, large stockpile of these weapons isn't even necessary in maintaining a credible deterrent. The UK, France, India, China all have very credible nuclear deterrents with much smaller stockpiles, Mr. Chair. The short-sighted policy places serious and concerning restraints on the President of the United States Congress, the Department of Defense's ability to consider and modify the role ICBMs play in our nuclear arsenal and our national defense, and has unnecessarily wasted taxpayer dollars in the process. Preserving our ability to reduce our nuclear stockpiles proved key to reducing tensions, Mr. Chair, and achieving common sense, planet-saving arms control agreements during the Cold War. Just as we have the ability to increase our nuclear defense in times of crisis, we must have the ability to reduce our nuclear forces when it is in our national interests. To be clear, Mr. Chair, this amendment does not change the size of our nuclear forces. It merely allows for reasonable consideration and debate in the future. As a mother of two who dreams of a world where our children and families are free from threat and fear of nuclear war, I urge my colleagues to support this amendment, and I reserve the balance of my time. I'll reserve the balance of my time.